Also, on the point of Farid about economic growth rate, I fully agree with you. An economy as large as China can never grow at the pace of double-digit GDP growth. It will slow down. But don't you realize that when the US was emerging, the US wasn't growing nearly as fast as China. The US slowed down significantly long before the US became the world power. However, it was keeping growing. So today's China, I do see energy, I do see changes ongoing. Now, finally, I would point at Dr. Kissinger. He has been referring back to the past 18 centuries in China. Fully agree. However, there's one difference here. In today's China, we have been sending out there are huge number of young kids coming to the outside world to study. How many young kids? Imagine, six times the University of Toronto. That size of students being studying in the US and in Canada. These are sources of change. These are learning. So people's outlook, people's skills have been learning. So I do think China's emergence will be different from the emergence of the US, and also it will not repeat the problems of Japan. Thank you.
Dr. Kissinger, would you like to offer a rebuttal?
That China is changing, it's undoubtedly the case. If one compares what China looked like in 1971 to what it looks like today, it has physically changed, and it has demographically changed in a fundamental way through the one-child family, which is changing in a way the value system. In a predictable future, in about 30 years, there will be only two people of working age taking care of retirement people. In 2005, there were 9.2 people that were able to deal with the retirement people. So this creates a different set of attitudes. But one must not confuse magnitude with global influence. China will have to be preoccupied with the adjustments to urbanization, with the adjustments to demography, and with the adjustments to an international system in which it will be a permanent participant rather than the center of the universe as it had been historically conceived. These are soluble problems, but they should not be identified with the Western notions of imperialism. Historically, the Chinese role internationally has been based on gaining respect for its conduct. It has not been culturally geared to a global role. And I believe that for China to manage its environment, its domestic situation, requires cooperation with the West rather than attempt to dominate the West.